A lot of traders overcomplicate the market. In this episode, I'm teaching a simple way to read the most effective narratives in the market. The market moves in intentional ways. It seeks, displaces, or rejects liquidity or sweeps. They're not always just random spikes. They actually have meaning to them. The market is rebounding. It's taking missed orders and limits at previous highs and lows. Here's an example of liquidity. It's swept right here. This is where a lot of you like chasing the breakout, then get trapped. One of the biggest reasons why you're losing on your liquidity areas is because you're not being patient enough. You're not waiting for the continuation or the reversal. Once you can learn to understand this, you're going to stop chasing trades and learn to wait for them to come to you. This goes on to one of the biggest problems of trading, whether knowing a continuation or a reversal. There are certain clues that are left behind to understand if it's going to continue on with the trend or it's going to reverse. Most of the time with reversals, there's going to be a liquidity sweep that's not aligned with the trend. Then you're going to have some other confluences aligned with it. We're talking market structure shift or change in state of delivery, whatever you know it by, they're the same. You have disrespect of previous confluences. Here's an example. We have a bullish fair value gap, and then we are displaced by a bearish candle, which turns it into an inverse fair value gap after a liquidity sweep. That is a very, very strong side of knowing there is a reversal. Now you're wondering, Brendan, how do I catch that top move? Don't. Stop trying to chase the top move. Enter on continuations, which we'll go over in another episode. Some of you are trying to get the greatest RR known to man, and it's not necessary. You don't need a 1 to 66. You need a 1 to 2. That's how you pass your prop firms. You're welcome. That's a game right there. You need to learn to be patient. I'm going to say it a lot in this video. Be patient. Patience is the #1 key to being a successful trader. Stop chasing your trade. Let your setup be played out. It's really not that hard. Stop being greedy. Can't stand y'all. My gosh. Continuation is pretty much the opposite of a reversal. With a continuation, you're most likely going to have a liquidity sweep aligning with your trend. Bullish, you're going to have a sell side liquidity sweep. 90% of the time, you're going to have a retracement. That's why I'm saying do not chase your trades. I bet you guys seen it a lot before where you enter in after a break of liquidity, a breakout, and then next thing you know, you enter and you get stopped out and then it continues going your direction. That's because you're not being patient enough and waiting for a retracement. And that's why I wrote down right here, be patient. You gotta be freaking patient, dude. Stop forcing your freaking trades. You're pissing me off. So you need to learn to stop predicting price and learn to react to price. You're gonna hear it a lot from a bunch of mentors online. Don't predict price, react, because that's what you need to do. You need to watch the charts and understand, because the charts tell you a story. It tells you what's gonna happen really most of the time. You need to learn to wait for your structures, wait for your confluences, wait for your retracements. That's when you should be entering on a trade. That is how you stay consistent. That's how you stay profitable. That leads to one of the most important parts of your narrative, time. You need to figure out a time that works best for your strategy. Now, me personally, I trade New York opening. I do not trade pre-market. I do not trade PM session. I do not trade Asian. Stay out of Asian session. It's all just a bunch of consolidation. It's accumulation. That's all it is. It's building up liquidity for New York and London session. If you're in a time zone where you can trade London session, I recommend it. London session actually can be clean. Don't trade every session. Find one session that you like. Stick to that session. I only trade from 9:30 through 11 a.m. Eastern. That's it. I don't touch the markets after that unless I'm back testing. Now, personally, if you're following my strategy, I recommend only trade 9:30 through 11 a.m. It's the easiest to trade, in my opinion. But that's why I keep saying, find something that fits your schedule and your strategy. I fit that whole thing in my mouth. Now that you know this, next time you open up the charts, don't just jump in. Learn to be patient and wait. That is the biggest thing I could tell you. Stop chasing your trades. That was the thing that really killed me when I first started chasing all these trades. Learn to let it come to you. Learn to let it come to you. That's all I can say. Wait for your buys to align with your price action. Wait for liquidity to be swept. Then ask yourself, what does structure say? Continuation or reversal? Ask yourself, will I be upset if I take this and lose? Ask yourself, am I proud of myself that I took this trade? Ask these questions before and after you trade. Ask them. Then write it down. Journal, freaking journal, and freaking journal. I'm gonna punch you in the face if you don't freaking journal. These questions will save you from so many losses in the future. just take it to your heart. Please. If this episode helped, stick around for episode 3, where we're going to go over some more important narratives, daily buys and confluences. These are going to be some of the best videos I'm going to drop because these are the things that you need the most. And honestly, they're the things that I struggled the most. Daily bias is going to be one of the most important things, so I really recommend you tune into that video. If you need more help, I have a free and a premium Discord. The free Discord gives you access to community trades. That's where you get to speak with the community, post your trades, you guys talk about it, try making yourself better. It has my strategy, it has videos of my confluences and what I use. I also have a premium server where we're going to do calls every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to go over all your questions. You get to ask me questions throughout the days. Ask me anything from simple to complex. I don't care. We're going to talk about it and figure out what you are doing right and what you are doing wrong. The calls on Saturday are going to last from 30 minutes to an hour. We're going to go over all the things that you have done throughout the week and figure out what you're doing wrong. This community is to help make you better and to build your process faster than I built mine. To stop wasting all these years that you don't need to waste. And to be honest, I don't believe that you need the premium Discord. I think all of you could understand and learn this yourselves. That's what I did. I had a Discord my first year. I got scammed over $1,000. Yeah, I believe that you guys can learn this yourself. It's a matter on how fast you want to learn it. So it's up to you. Well, obviously. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Have a great night. God bless.